afternoon, fifth graders. Mrs. McFadden here again to introduce you to today's lesson. Yesterday, we started talking about what should I do when I have a remainder. Okay, we talked about the importance of word problems and how it gives us meaning to our numbers, and so then we can decide what is the most reasonable way to use my remainder. Yesterday, we talked about dropping it completely and just using the quotient as our answer when the question asks for a full item or how many whole things could be divided. And then we also talked about when I should round my quotient up one more so that I can include everything and everyone in whatever the question is talking about. Today, we're going to talk about the rest of the options. Well, I lied. We're going to talk about majority of the other options because tomorrow we will continue to talk about interpreting the remainder. Okay, so today we're going to talk about when do I only use the remainder as my answer. Let it be my answer. And you're gonna do that when the question asks for how much would be left over, how much is left out. If it were partially filled, remember partially, the key word there is part, or the root word there is part. So only part of it is filled. Okay, so sometimes the remainder is your answer. Okay, and then we get to splitting it. Okay, today we're going to focus on the fraction piece, and tomorrow we will come back and focus on the decimals. Okay, so we want to split our remainder when we're talking about food. Sometimes when we're talking about money, that's going to be when it moves into a decimal because that's how we write money. Or when we're talking about measurements, okay, like 1.5 inches, things like that. Okay, so there's 4 different ways to interpret your remainder. Yesterday we talked about dropping it and adding one. Today we're going to be looking at when should my remainder simply be my answer and when should I split